Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders that great millstone will teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatabia Wa'ala coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. All right, Lord's will is edifying. But basically going into, persecution. All right, Esau coming down with great wrath. All right, we just had what was this? A so-called cyber attack, power outage. All right, a planned event, if you will. All right, with the whole outage. All right, you had the Microsoft outage, which what happened? You had flights grounded. You had little lockdowns. Place you couldn't go to certain grocery stores. They were having trouble with their systems. All right, which it looked like an exercise, all right, but nonetheless, we know, what's coming down the near future, okay? These lockdowns, all right, like the scriptures go into it, but also I wanted to touch a little bit on this, because it was in the news a while ago, a couple weeks, July 2nd. All right, there's a Supreme Court ruling going into immunity. All right, with everything going in with Trump and Biden. All right, and basically, setting the stage, creating the laws for what this great persecution. All right, and against mainly who? Jake. All right, and then also, those, like the scripture saying, I'm going to get it in Second Ezra, those who fear the Lord. All right, because the ones chatting down Esau and his system, all right, his government, the ones who are heralding in the coming of Yahweh Shai, all right, they have a target on their back, okay? But like the scriptures say, Esau has no control over this, all right? Yahweh Bashem Shai is in full control. So unless it's sanctioned by Yahweh Bashem Shai, nothing's going to be done, okay? To those who fear the Lord. Okay, there is going to be martyrs. There's going to be those who are put into prison. We might be put into prison. We might be put into these different situations. But ultimately, all right, we know what's coming. Okay, and if we endure unto the end, the Lord has a great salvation promised. Okay, but I just wanted to read a little bit. This is what is presidential immunity? The Supreme Court ruling broadens definition in Trump versus United States ruling. On Monday, and again, this is dated July 2nd, and this is from USA Today. It says, on Monday, the Supreme Court ruled that former President Donald Trump is immune from prosecution for his official acts in office. Well, at least for some of them, just what does that mean? Trump versus United States was brought before the court to determine if prosecutors could seek charges against Trump for trying to overturn the 2020 election, or if he would be immune from prosecution because he was a sitting president at the time. The court ruled in a 6-3 vote that presidents are in fact shielded from prosecution for official acts, but they aren't as clear on questions raised about Trump's role in reported election interference in the January 6th Capitol riot. I'm going to jump down. It says, many of us know that presidents have some form of immunity while they are president, but here's what it entails. Here's what it entails and what the Supreme Court's decision means in the ongoing Trump prosecution trials. What is presidential immunity? There's nothing in the Constitution that gives presidents immunity in civil or criminal legal proceedings, but there have been other Supreme Court decisions that have set the precedent of what we think of as presidential immunity. Presidential immunity is when a sitting president has both civil and criminal immunity for actions relating to the official duties of the president. And again, our apostles and elders have been going in on this, for decades. The scriptures, specifically talk about this, all right, and Lord's will, we're going to bring it out. But there's laws on the books, and there's going to be laws created to come with that persecution. Now, this is a major thing because this furthers the immunity of those who they're going to put the blame on, all right, but nonetheless, they're going to be, as long as it's in an official, parameter, okay, it's an official law, they're going to be immune from prosecution, okay? Meaning, so when either president comes down, all right, as it says in Revelation 12 chapter, when the wrath comes, All right, of course, president's going to be involved. The so-called leadership, they're going to be immune from any so-called legal action. All right, there's going to be some people fighting against the government. There's going to be people who want so-called justice, but they're already creating the laws in place now so that you can't come after them. So everything that they say goes. All right, but again, this goes into prophecy. All right, it says for actions relating to the official duties of the president, including those in the outer perimeter of those duties, this immunity does not extend to unofficial conduct, criminal conduct, and conduct occurring before becoming president. Yada, yada, yada. When it comes to lawsuits, sitting presidents are immune from being part of them, but in cases like in former President Richard Nixon's Watergate scandal, the Supreme Court has ruled that presidents have to provide documents and may have to appear in court during legal proceedings. What does the Supreme Court's case mean for Trump's presidential immunity claim? The ruling in Trump v. United States states that Trump is entitled to immunity from criminal prosecution for conduct that is part of official acts as president, but not unofficial acts as he took as a candidate. All right, and that's the point. So whether Trump becomes the next president or whoever's in the presidency seat, who's going to be, the one who implements these laws as the so-called leader of the United States, they're going to be immune. Okay, so there's not going to be any prosecution for them. There's not going to be any so-called justice. All right, hey, Esau's going to come down with that great wrath, and it's going to be legal. Okay, now real quick, Isaiah 10:1, it says, woe, all right, woe meaning destruction unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. All right, now what's an unrighteous decree? Well, I'm gonna get into it, okay, and I remember the elder of our camp, Elder Quanah Waff, he always goes into it, mentions Rex 84, all right, which, and Lord's will, I'm gonna bring this out too, Trump's VP, all right, a vice presidential pick, J.D. Vance is heavily involved with Peter Thiel. Now, when you get into Peter Thiel and what he has going on, it goes into all the surveillance, the AI, the pre-crime, okay, and going into having that list, all right, that the apostles and elders always talk to, that Jake is on, all right, and going after him, okay. But it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. All right, woe unto him, meaning destruction, because the unrighteous decrees that are coming, they're not right. All right, a Esau system in general is not right. It's not righteous. All right, it's a wicked society. Now everything that's going to be coming in the near future, all right, is going to be to demonize, all right, to persecute, okay, the Jake, all right, but they want to go after the elect, okay, but that's unrighteous. For what? What are the elect doing? All right, they're simply heralding in Yahushua. They're simply the messengers, okay? But see, this is what's coming, okay? And this is unrighteous decrees. It says verse 2, turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. All right, and that's the point. But jump over here, Revelation 12:12, okay? It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, so Esau's time is running out. All right, you can see, their society is crumbling. Okay, his hold that he has on power is crumbling. All right, he doesn't have that veil anymore. He's being exposed at an all-time high. All right, so when we get to the nitty gritty, all right, when the Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai gives him the go ahead, all right, he's gonna fulfill this prophecy, all right, having great wrath. But again, we see the laws being put in place now, so where if anybody tries to come against it legally, nothing is gonna be done, all right, because this is all part of this man's system. All right. One more time, Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, and it's funny because you had this immunity ruling, all right, at the time of Biden in his presidency. Now whoever comes next, which it could be Trump, But it goes to show you that they're all part of the same system. All right, there's what's the scripture? It shows you that yep, Revelation 13:11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." All right. Now again, America is part of this beast system. All right, this Roman revitalized, Rome reincarnated. All right, which is NATO and the EU, headed by America. Okay, which Esau runs the whole beast, but it has two horns like a lamb. Okay, so it has this two-party system. All right, they have you thinking that they're for the people. They want to cut taxes, or they want to give you more rights. All right. But what is he speaking as? He's speaking as a dragon. When you go into that word dragon, goes into draconian. All right, going into draconian measures. All right, real quick. Let me get this real quick. Speaking as a dragon. All right, going into these unrighteous decrees. Says draconian. This is the definition. It says of laws or their application excessively harsh and severe. So this man speaking as a dragon, he's pushing out laws, all right, decrees, unrighteous decrees that are excessively harsh and severe. Going into what? The persecution of Jake, all right? And this is what's coming, okay? Now, I got that. Yep, let me get this real quick. Okay. Going into Rex 84. All right. Now, again, let me get this first. I'm going to read this first, and then I got a little clip from Whitney Webb, and Laura's Well, I'll leave this in the description box. There's a lot of information on here, but she goes into J.D. Vance, which is Trump's VP pick, and how he's heavily connected with Peter Thiel. All right. Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, they started PayPal. All right, they're all involved. Musk what did he do? He just gave Trump a whole bunch of money. All right, but they're heavily involved in these AI systems. Musk is creating the one part of the MOTB. Okay, the Neuralink. Okay, but also going into this what do you call it? This list, if you will, or this program, all right, this algorithm that's being set up to push that persecution. All right, Peter Thiel. But let me read this real quick in Rex 84. It's a rundown. This is historyheist.com. It says Rex 84, a federal exercise in preparation for martial law and an extermination plan for African Americans and Latinos. Okay, so this is on the books, and I'm gonna read a little bit of it. It says Rex 84, short for Readiness Exercise 1984, is a plan by the U.S. federal government. It's a plan to test their ability to detain large numbers of American citizens in case of civil unrest and national emergency. The initial exercises went from April 5th through the 13th, 1984. The author of Rex 84 was Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North, National Security Council, White House aides, and NSC liaison to FEMA, according to scholar Diana Reynolds. It says the Rex 84 Alpha X plan, otherwise known as a continuity of government plan, indicates that FEMA, in association with 34 other federal civil departments and agencies, along with other NATO nations, all right, we always talk about these troops coming in, okay, at the border, conducted a civil readiness exercise during April 1984. It was conducted in coordination simultaneously with the Joint Chiefs Exercise Night Train 84, a worldwide military command post exercise, yada yada yada, based on multi-emergency scenarios operating both abroad and at home. In the combined exercise, Rex 84, Bravo, FEMA, and DoD led the other federal agencies and departments, including the CIA, the Secret Service, and again, the Peter Thiel, he's heavily involved with the CIA, the Secret Service, the Treasury, and the FBI, and the VA through a gaming exercise to test military assistance in civil defense. The exercise anticipated civil disturbances, major demonstrations, and strikes that would affect continuity of government or resource mobilization. To fight subversive activities, there was authorization for the military to implement government-ordered movements of civilian populations at state and regional levels to FEMA camps, the arrest of certain unidentified segments of the population, and the imposition of martial law. Okay? It says, and this is what I wanted to focus on too. It says these camps are to be operated by FEMA should martial law need to be implemented in the United States, and all it would take is a presidential signature on a proclamation and the Attorney General's signature on a warrant to which a list of names is attached. All right. So again, going into this immunity, as long as it's in official capacity, you can't go after the president legally. All right. So all the things that are coming, and this is a government plan, okay, which all that needs to be done is signed by the president and the attorney general, and it's implemented as law, okay, unrighteous decree. But see, it gives them the right to push certain populations into FEMA camp, prison, okay, literally prison. All right. Santelli explains that this knowledge of Rex 84 provides that within the document, one of the scenarios that would cause a complete suspension of the U.S. Constitution, Bill of Rights, and implement martial law would be a financial collapse. And this is, what do you think is going on? All right. He says once the collapse occurs, the U.S. governments and defense agencies estimate they have a 72-hour window to activate all procedures to ensure continuity of government, as well as a lockdown of the general population as civilian unrest, riots, and outbreaks of violence are anticipated. All right. So again, going into this, exercise, glitch, whatever you want to call it, that just happened. What did you have? You had these so-called little lockdowns. All right. Which we're reading, there's a plan for an even bigger one. All right. And again, our apostles and elders have been saying this for decades. All right. Years. Okay. It says a source in the Deutsche Bank claims that in 2008 our financial and monetary system completely collapsed, and since that time the banking cartels have been propping up the system. Yeah. It says to make it appear as if everything was fine. In reality, our stock market and monetary systems are fake, meaning that there is nothing holding them in place except the illusion that they have stabilized since the stock market crashed nearly 5 years ago. All right. And that's pretty much it on that. But again, this is a plan that is on the books, ready for Jake. Okay? So Revelation, the 12th chapter. Again, now I'm going to play a little bit of this. All right, grab a couple more precepts and close out. Because again, this shows who's going to be, if Trump indeed becomes president, he has his VP, J.D. Vance. All right, it shows you who they're involved with. All right, not all this so-called draining the swamp and, deep Trump and all these people, they're all part of the same thing. All right, they're puppets. Who really runs the system? All right, it's these elites. And all these puppets down here, any president does the bidding of the elites. All right, so don't get distracted by all the so-called assassination attempts and all. No, it's all goes into what they want to do. All right. Now, Whitney Webb, this is off TFTC podcast. All right, and she also goes into it on Redacted. All right, I don't know if it's this one. That was a couple hours ago. But I just wanted to play a little clip, and she kind of mentions Palantir. All right, Palantir, which is the company owned by Peter Thiel, who is heavily connected with J.D. Vance. All right, but it goes into all this Rex 84 thing. Let me play a little bit. It's a lot.
And it was operating on 9/11 as the last time it was reported on by like a mainstream outlet. It was like 2008, and at that point, it was estimated to have 3 million Americans on it.
That's the list. All right. Now they call it what was it? Maine something. I forgot. She mentions it in this video, and Lord's will I'll leave this video in the description. All right, but it's like main core or something like that. It's all these different operation names, but it all goes into that surveillance AI technology, which puts Jake on a list to then where they have names, they have people they want to go after when they want to implement these things. All right.
Palantir basically decides who's on that list today.
Yep. So Palantir decides who's on that list. All right. And again, Palantir is involved with Peter Thiel, who's involved with the VP. All right. And they're all involved. Elon Musk, it's all involved with Trump. Okay. And you best believe they run both sides of it. It's not a red or blue thing. They run both sides. All right.
They label people as subversives for the CIA, and they've been doing it for a very long time. And if you look at a lot of the other Thiel companies that have come up since he created Palantir, companies like Clearview AI, for example, and also Facebook, which wouldn't exist without Peter Thiel. He was the earliest outside investor in Peter Thiel. The earliest outside investor in Facebook.
See, so Facebook, it's all involved. All right, what is it? It's a data archive. All right, getting data on people to put them in categories.
Facebook was also a resurrected DARPA program called LifeLog. Facebook was launched on the same day that DARPA had to shutter LifeLog. And it was very related to total information awareness. And at the same time that Peter Thiel and Alex Karp were expressly trying to privatize these DARPA surveillance programs that were being shut down.
Anyways, for sake of time, like I said, Lord's will, I'll leave this in the description box, but Whitney Webb, she be going in, okay, but it just the web, it's funny. It's her name, Whitney Webb. She be going down all that the web that Esau has created. All right, but it shows you how it's all connected. All right, and it goes into these plans, these decrees, all right, that are on the books to come after Jake. All right, so let me grab this real quick. Revelation 2:10. It says, "Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." So, these plans that are implemented or they're going to be implemented that are on the books, if we might very well be on that list. All right. They might come after us. All right. Again, it's all through the Spirit. Yahweh Shem Yahshai controls everything. We're gonna. That's why the scriptures also talk about being pilgrims. Our situations. What we're gonna go through. Only the Lord knows. But some of these situations, the Lord has already said. Laid out. Okay. So He's getting us ready for these things. All right. But what does it say? It says, "Fear none of those things." So we don't fear these things that Esau is going to be coming with. All right. We know they have to come. This is prophecy. It says, "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison," and he's going to be able to do that because of these unrighteous decrees. All right. Again, what are we doing? We're simply, preaching the gospel to our people. All right. We're prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom. All right, but we're simply the messengers. All right, we're not taking anything into our own hand and fighting. All right, we're not telling people to fight. We're letting you know that Yahweh Shem Yahshai is destroying this place. Okay. But it says, "The devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days." All right, which is just a representation of a period of time. All right, however long it is. Well, it's going to get into it. It says, "Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." So even if we have to be a martyr for Yahweh Shem Yahshai in this truth, then so be it. But the Lord will give us a crown. Okay? We see everything. We see the writing on the wall. We see the plan of Esau. All right? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So, there's no excuse. All right? But again, that's why we pray for the Lord to keep us in that secret place. All right? We pray to have the knowledge and wisdom to have that discernment in the times to come. And that faith to endure. All right, the strength to endure. It says, "He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death." Yeah, and ultimately, if you are, since if you endure, all right, and you endure unto the end, all right, you won't have to participate in that second death, which the majority of our people, all right, the ones who are all caught up in this web of lies, all right, caught up in trusting in Esau, they're gonna take his sea hip, and ultimately they're gonna be destroyed with thermonuclear destruction. All right. Let me end off on this. This is Second Ezra 16 and verse 70. It says, let me start at verse 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot." All right, so when Esau tries to come after us, all right, and if he gets us, all right, we have to be, what is that? What's that word? You have to be fully persuaded, all right, and fully defiant, okay, against what this man is offering, okay, fully trusted in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, to not take that MOTB, all right, because if you do take that MOTB, if he scares you to that point, okay, what does it say? You're going to be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Ultimately, you're going to be destroyed. All right. It says, "For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." All right. Going into these laws. All right. These plans. Rex 84. All right. Headed by the nowadays Palantir. Okay. Peter Thiel. All right. Who's created all these systems, who has the list, who's in charge of the current list, as Whitney Webb said. All right, but this great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, okay? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, all right, Revelation the 12th chapter, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Yeah, and again, I did a lesson the other day, having that pilgrim mindset. Hey, Esau come in and take everything, all right? But you know what? We have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and we know what's coming after. It says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." All right? So it's all just a trial of our faith, okay? When these things happen. But you know what? Then it's going to really be known who are the chosen, all right? Because they're going to stand firm. Okay, we're gonna lose everything. Lord's will, we're of that number, but we're gonna lose everything. All right, but everything here is polluted anyways to gain everything of value. All right, of righteousness in the kingdom. All right, it says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same." And again, we go into these things. We let Jake know that it's coming. All right. Only to just be prepared mentally, all right. But we have, in all actuality, we have nothing to fear. Okay, yeah, we probably be put into prison. All right, there's gonna be martyrs. All right, and again, that's easier said than done. All right, but if we truly believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, He's gonna give us the faith and the strength to go through all these things. All right. It says, "But I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travail through. It is left undressed and is cast in the fire to be consumed therewith." All right, so ultimately, trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We keep the commandments, keep the precepts to the best of our ability. But one of those main commandments, all right, is to not take the MOTB. All right, not give in to this man's system, to not bow down to the image of Baal. Okay, well, that's what the elect are gonna do. They're gonna stand firm. All right, hey, but Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and above all.